Hi everybody. I wanted to share a video of some things that I've been working on for the past year related to this figure right here in front of you. Um, so I'm pretty new to doing YouTube videos, pretty new to Instagram, and actually just really started getting serious about Twitter for action figure collecting, which is obviously what this channel is all about. It's really what my Instagram and my Twitter are all about as well. And it's been really interesting. I know that, people get into YouTube for a lot of different reasons. And I gotta say that my reason has pretty much been my therapy. It's been a really rough couple of years for me. Just a lot of things have been going on. You know, things not even related to COVID, but maybe a couple things that are related to COVID. And honestly, this YouTube channel, my Instagram have been major parts of just kind of keeping busy, doing things that interest me, doing things that make me happy. So I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to really thank everyone viewing this video, thank everyone who have been watching my videos, subscribe to my channel, liking my videos, and just a shout out to all those other YouTubers who have really kind of, in a lot of ways, become my friends over the past couple years. I'm not going to name any names, but, they probably know who they are. But yeah, I mean, there is a good handful of, very like-minded people like myself that I've met through YouTube and Instagram. And, I just appreciate that. I appreciate feeling like, there are people out there in the world who enjoy collecting these action figures, who probably, think they're a little crazy for spending all this money on these, wonderful pieces of plastic. But hey, what can you do? So, I wanted to do a video about these McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, especially within the Superman, family of characters. Superman is definitely my number one top, call it what you will, pop culture, action figure, comic book. I am a huge Superman fan. I have been since I was probably like 4 years old. And really, collecting comic books, collecting action figures, statues, going to conventions, going to toy shows, like it all really goes back to the Man of Steel. So I was a big time collector of DC Direct figures way back when. And then the DC Universe Classics line of figures from Mattel, they were really important to me for years. I still have pretty much all of my figures. They're taking up about, I think, 5 bookcases worth of room in my toy room. By the way, what you're looking at here is not my toy room. This is the overflow of toys and Funko Pops and Superman things that are now in my bedroom because I have basically run out of room in my toy room for anything. So the Ninja Turtles, the Funko Pops, the Masters of the Universe Origins figures, they're all in the bedroom. And again, what can you do? So when the DC Classics line was kind of coming to an end, and then it became DC Multiverse, and it was kind of like in the final stages of being a toy line, we all knew that the end was coming. I mean, towards the end, we got some amazing figures. We got that Doomsday figure, which I have 2 of, and I also have the containment suit Doomsday. I was so excited. And I think actually a very long time ago, I posted a YouTube channel like trying to get people to buy into it so we could get that Doomsday. I guess YouTube was probably barely a thing back then. And then, we got really great figures that I was waiting for. We got the Kyle Rayner in his original costume. We got the Kingdom Come Superman out of that last little set of multiverse figures. And, we thought that was the end. We thought that was it. And then, McFarlane Toys comes along and they start putting out some really awesome DC figures. Now, of course, the line is not without its issues. Little out of scale with a lot of other things. It's a 7-inch scale line. So, they kind of don't fit in with anything else, but, that's okay. That's fine. I am much more a fan of classic characters, classic costumes, which again, that's why I have this Superman figure still sitting here all by himself, because I think this is probably, for me, the best Superman figure that I own. I have some, 12-inch figures, collectible figures, statues, all that stuff. I have tons of Superman stuff. But this figure, I love this figure. It's a super classic version of Superman, the long flowing cape, the red trunks, the big S shield. This figure, to me, is fantastic. I think I bought like 3 of these, so I have one loose that I can pose. I have one in the packaging that's kept, perfect in the packaging. And then one that I use to customize for parts and stuff. So, this Superman figure from McFarlane Toys is amazing. I think the articulation's great. I like the proportions. I know some people don't like the proportions, but I love this figure. I think it's awesome. So, McFarlane has put out a lot of Batman figures, a lot of death metal figures, a lot of very modern takes on characters. I'm not much into any of those. I stick to the very classic figures. I have a couple of the Batman figures. I have a couple of the Snyder Cut Justice League figures, which are awesome. They're just kind of like their own thing. And I really, really hope, I am like begging Todd McFarlane, please make some more classic versions, like a classic Dr. Fate, a classic Martian Manhunter, some deep cuts, maybe like Firestorm. I would be just so excited about classic versions like that. So anyway, you're all probably wondering, what the heck is he doing with this video? What is he getting to? He's been sharing like all these like weird random thoughts and everything, which, these are thoughts I've been wanting to get out, and this is the perfect time to do it, because again, we're talking about my favorite character, one of my favorite, somewhat new figures, and it's great. So then, probably the next one here that I should, talk about is this guy. So I was really excited when this got announced, because this said to me, okay, McFarlane's going to do other stuff besides Batman and Batman characters and Batman storylines, because now I think this is like one of the, first, if not the only, like, articulated, 6-7 inch scale Red Sun Superman figure. This figure is awesome. The Red Sun storyline is one of my favorite stories of all time. I love like the alternate Earth, Elseworld stories. What if Superman was raised, by Lex Luthor's family? What if he was raised on Krypton? What if he, Red Sun, what if he landed in the Soviet Union? So it just such a good story, such an amazing use of like, the other characters and everything. So this gave me a lot of hope, because I was like, all right, if they're going to make this super classic Superman and then they're going to make Red Sun Superman, I hope that more, I want Kingdom Come Superman. I want Superman from Batman Beyond. We already have like the animated Justice League Superman. We have the movie Justice League Superman. Like, just do as many versions of Superman that you've done with Batman, and I'm happy. So the next thing that came along was Bizarro. But I was a bit disappointed when it was announced, when it was shown that it was going to be the Rebirth version of Bizarro, and that did not really work for me. So I did a little bit of customizing, and I made a more classic version of Bizarro. So one thing that is, pretty cool about these figures, their legs are very easy to remove. So all you need is like a little flathead screwdriver, and you can basically kind of do a split with the figure, put the screwdriver in there, and you can just pop the legs right off. It is super easy. So I took off the Rebirth shorts and put on this pair, which I cannot remember where this came from. So I don't think I painted these. It was just a simple, swap of the trunks, and I cannot remember what Superman figure they came from. But I think this Bizarro turned out great. So let me just kind of move. I'm going to take Red Son Superman away, and I'm going to move this guy over, and then put Bizarro here in the middle. I think this Bizarro looks amazing. I wanted to try to maybe use the infected Superman body, which that infected Superman, I just honestly could not deal with that version of Superman. I know it's from a much newer storyline, but yeah, that was not for me at all. But I think that this Bizarro body, the colors, the red and the darker blue with the shorts to make it a more classic version of Bizarro, I think it works great. So I'm very, very happy with this version of Bizarro. This is the only one from this line that I have, and he's awesome. So I decided that I would take on a pretty major project, and I, did a combination of painting and customizing and kit bashing, because I wanted a very specific Superman-related villain for my collection. I was worried that it would never get made, and so I made this guy. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen a whole bunch of pictures of this figure. I put tons of pictures, and then I kind of redid him a little bit, put some more pictures. So this is the Ultraman from, I guess, like the year 2000-ish or so. So not super modern Ultraman, but not super classic Ultraman. And I know this figure's not perfect. I know he still looks a bit rough kind of here and there, but I love this figure. I spent so much time, so much work on this figure, trying to find like the cape and trying to do the U emblem and then the little metal discs that he has on his waist. It was so much work, but I'm so glad that he's done. So the body is the infected Superman body. The trunks is from the Rebirth Bizarro. I just cut the top part of the trunks off. Then I painted the whole thing in blue, because of course, Ultraman just has that kind of overall blue. And then the head is actually from another Red Son Superman figure, and then I just painted in, I don't know if you can see, but I painted in the eyes so that they were red, so they had like heat vision. So that's where the head came from. It's just a Red Son Superman head with the eyes painted red. The cape is actually, I think this is actually the cape from the Marvel Legends hood figure. So I cut off the hood and I cut off other parts, and then I, basically kind of tried to position it, and then I super glued it on there, because I wanted to have Ultraman with like a little bit of like the cape over the shoulder look, like it was kind of more of like a cloak kind of thing going on. And, again, not perfect, but still pretty good, I think. And then the U, I actually just printed some of these on some sticker paper with a color printer, and that's where the U symbol came from. I had to Dremel off the, the S from the infected Superman body. That was quite the undertaking. And then the little metal discs, I just found these things at, I think it was like AC Moore or Michael's or something, and they work, and I just super glued them to the figure. So, I mean, that's Ultraman to me. I mean, this figure, is Ultraman. So I think he looks great next to the Superman, next to the classic Bizarro. It works. And then if, they ever make him, then I'll have a better version. So that brings me to the most recent version of Superman that McFarlane has given us. And that is, of course, the Rebirth version of Superman. So just like the Rebirth Bizarro, I was like, just not my thing. Just not my version of Superman. I definitely think that the Rebirth suit is way better than the New 52 suit, by far, for me. But still not quite what I want. So once again, I get out the paint and get out my little flathead screwdriver so I can do some customizing. And here is the final product. And, I think he turned out great. I'm so happy with this figure, and it honestly was not even that much work. So this is the Rebirth Superman body. All I did was I popped off the legs, I took off the Rebirth trunks, put the pair of trunks. Now, so this pair of trunks is actually from the Red Son Superman body. So I had to paint the belt yellow. I had to paint the trunks red. And then I had to paint the little part of the boots that, the little weird red stripe that was on the top of the boots there. Painted over that. And that's it. I mean, everything else is perfect. And, this figure does have the better articulation. He can look up better than the original. And I just think that this is great. So now, what do we do with these two Superman figures? I mean, they're both awesome. There's pros and cons to both, but, I think that these guys look great. So, call it whatever you want in terms of which version of Superman is which. I'm not sure. You could do like maybe the first figure, the original figure here. Maybe that's like the more classic version of Superman from, let's say, like maybe the 50s. Like the Silver Age Superman, and then the one right here that I customized a little bit, that can be the more modern Superman from like the 2000s. And then we've got our Bizarro, and we've got my custom Ultraman, and yeah, they're awesome. So I just wanted to share this video so you could see all these different custom figures that I've made, share my love of Superman, my appreciation of these new DC figures from McFarlane. Even though it's yet another, line of figures, although with this one I can definitely, just pick certain characters, which is nice on the wallet. And really, these figures, they're still $20 at retail, which is great because you can't find any other figures for $20 at retail anymore. So yeah, I say, let's see a Kingdom Come Superman. Let's see a Superman Beyond. Hey, how about, red and blue Superman from the 90s? I mean, there you go. That's a pretty good repaint. You can do the black regeneration suit from the comic books. So yeah, I say the more the merrier when it comes to these McFarlane Toys Superman figures. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe I gave you some ideas to customize your own figures. So let me know in the, in the comments, have you done any customs with the McFarlane figures, and what versions of Superman or what Superman characters do you want to see out of the line? Let me know. Like this video. Definitely follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting more and more pictures to Instagram of all these awesome figures. And thanks very much. Have a good one.